creative policies that engage with with some of these things.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. No. So to say, as a planner, the bulk of our attention now should be at the satellite towns because of the influx of people. That's what we are saying. That's part of it.
That's part of it. But
yes.
But we also need to understand that it's not only in these regional areas or satellite towns that you have the bulk of the mass of people. There are also people who have also come into the city from. When I talk about the city, talking about phase 1 to phase 5 of the city, a lot of people have also come into the main city, and these people need to also be engaged with. Let me tell you what is happening. When you go to Banex, for instance, you see a lot of young people engaging in all this ICT and all that. When you go to UTC, you see them engaging there, right? When you go to Kubo, when you go to Apple Mechanic, these are young brains that have come into the city. Some of them have left universities, they haven't got a job. They're in the city looking for job opportunities. So when we look at mass people that come into the Abuja, it's not necessarily that some of them are the bulk of the fringes or in the regional area. There are some that are actually in the main core of the city who are young guys looking for job opportunities and all that. So if we're going to have policies, yes, we'll focus on the regional area. It's very important, it's very paramount. We also need to have policies within the city itself that will not deal with the young people and other people who are trapped in the city who are looking for job opportunities and where to live and where to interact, where to recreate, and where to now also support the city so that the city can grow.
So if we understand you clearly, those young men that agglomerate in all these dense economic activity areas, those hubs like Banes, like UTC and Kubo. Yes, during the work day they are there transacting economic activities. When they close from that business, where do they go? Are they created some quarter settlements within the city, or they migrate somewhere? Again, that's part of the focus we need to do as planners, to actually see how to capture them in terms of their economic activities and in terms of where they migrate to after the close of work.
Absolutely. Yeah. See, there's something that is happening here in the city of Abuja. When you talk about issue of where do they go at the end, where do they go at the end of the day? It's very important for us to understand that. Where do they go at the end of the day? Most of them head back to the satellite towns where accommodation is cheap.
Exactly.
Most of them head back to these area councils where accommodation is cheap. You know, and so if we are going to have a holistic view of dealing with this issue of accommodation or issue of where they live to, it boils down to the issue of access to land. Access to land is very important. Where the planning authorities need to sort of make access to land available to people where they can readily and easily have access to land. When people have access to land, it's easy for them to have easy access to accommodation. And when people have access to land, it's also easy for them to take up and build their houses. And when even the providers of these houses or those who are into real estates have readily access to land, it's cheaper, and that connects to the issue of affordable housing. So it's all interconnected, it's multifaceted if you're going to look at the bigger picture of what is happening. But the bottom line is, the bulk of these young guys or the bulk of the people who are living in the town now, at the end of the day, they migrate to this, they head towards these satellite towns where accommodation is cheap. But there's something also happening interesting within the city itself that we need to underscore. It's not all of them that head towards the satellite towns or councils. When I talk about the city phase 1 to phase 5, you have some small villages. You have Durumi 3, you have Durumi 1, you have Durumi 2, you have Damakasa. A lot of them are trapped within the city. I'm using the word trapped because ideally we hope that once the city has developed, we would have either integrated or would have taken care of some of these villages, you understand. So most of them are actually within these villages. So the notion that at the end of the day they just move outside the city, yes, it's there, but there are also some that are also within the city. You find them in area 1 where you have Durumi 1, Durumi 2, Durumi 3, you have Damakasa, you have Kabusa. There are a lot of people within the city who are living within these enclaves that we need to also they pick up accommodations. It's easy for them and they can live in the city because the city is for everyone.
Yes, like those Durumi and those villages within the Abuja city. those settlements, are they properly planned, or they are just quarter settlements where individuals just take up space and build whatever they want to build?
No.
What challenges do you face trying to monitor such settlements?
First of all, we need to understand the trajectory that Abuja has come to be. Before Abuja, you had some of these indigenous settlements, right? They were there, and as Abuja started evolving and all that, some of them have always been there. But you also need to understand the issue of resettlement. Resettlement at a certain point in time, they'll have different kinds of policies on resettlement. Some of them you have policy drift and all that. So it's because we haven't really dealt with resettlement in a comprehensive manner. That's why some of these things are stated. So to deal with the issue of this, what you call informality, or some of these villages, we need to go back and look at the robust policy on resettlement, how we deal with indigenous settlements that have been there, and how we integrate them, or how we plan robustly for them, so that at the end of the day we can have robust settlements for the indigenous houses, and we'll have a better city.
Okay, we hope for a better city. So let's say I'm someone out there that needs more information about town planning. How do we reach out to you?
Our national secretariat that houses the state secretariat as well is in Michael Okpara Way in Abuja, and Zone 5. And we also have a phone number that you can reach at any time of the day, and the phone number is 090-369-62942. I come again?
The number again.
090-369-62942.